Hi, I'm Rahul Singh, the head of pubs vertical for Bira 91. Bira 91, refreshingly modern beer imagined in India. For this generation, beer means flavor, and that's what we do at the Bira 91 tap room. From 16 to 20 taps at any given time with a new beer drop every week. I came into beer in year 2012, so it's been 12 years of a lot of drinking beer and making people drink beer the way beer should be. So the first beer I had, actually at the age of 16, legal speak, we shouldn't have had beer at that stage, but my father said, you could try this beer. But this beer was a strong beer. It was 650 ml. We didn't get too many beers those days. And this beer was warm. So obviously I had it in a hurry and it was a very bad experience. For me, I like, how can somebody have something like this? But I think that's where it is. It's all about how you're having a beer. The first beer is almost like a first kiss. You have to get it right. You have to have the right temperature, the right portion. And that's exactly what the generation of today is going through. My son, when he had his first beer, had it the way it should be. Coming out of a tap, coming out of the right pour, in the right glass, and that's what a beer should be. So, the generations to come, thankfully they're living in a generation now where they can actually have beer the way it should be. The most unusual beer, it's actually banned in most of the states in the United States because this has a 28% ABV. Most beers are between 4 to 7 to 8%. India has only two kinds of beers. You can have below 5%, which is called a mild beer, and you have up to between 5 to 8%, which is called a strong beer. Now this particular beer is 28% ABV, so it's actually banned in most of the states. This beer is made by Sam Adams, which is a pioneer in the craft beer industry in the United States, and this beer is called Utopias. It's a barrel aged. It's a secret recipe they do. It's a barrel aged beer. And it's an unbelievable beer. It's absolutely an unusual beer. First of all, having a 28% barrel age, it's almost like you're having like a port or a cognac, and it's had at room temperature. So this is really, really the most unusual beer I've ever had. It's just completely. I still have that flavor in my mind. Like I still remember that beer so well. So you take a glass. If let's say this is what we call a teku glass. This is a 250 ml pour. Okay. This we use for our limited release beers. Get the glass. The glass has to be absolutely spotless clean. So this needs to be washed and rinsed in a rinser. No soaps, nothing. Pure steam rinsing. Give it a good rinse. This is a cold water rinse. What it does is it creates a layer of water inside. Okay, this water layer allows the beer to flow very well while you're pouring the beer. Alrighty. You go. Alrighty, there we go. There you go, a perfect pour. It needs to have 2 fingers of a head. Head's important. A lot of people think that this head is not good. It's actually what creates the aroma in beer. You need to have the head. Without the head, the beer is actually flat. So, extremely important. Beer has to be at 4 to 5 degrees. That's what the beer is kept. The beers we have at the Bira tap room, and this is across India, all the 7 tap rooms that we have a minimum of 16 beers, always on the tap. Out of the 16 beers, there are about 4 to 6 beers which are perennial or core, always on tap, and the balance beers are either seasonal or they're guest beers. At this point in time, we have certain seasonals and certain guests. We have a new lot of beers coming. We produce a new beer every week. So that's our USP. We're producing a new beer every week right now. And this is across all our tap rooms, right? And we drop it every Thursday. So at this point in time, the seasonal beers we have a Hefeweizen, we have a Checkmate Pilsner, we have a Mango Lassi Ale, and we have a West Coast IPA. And both these guys, as you can see, have sold out for the time being, but the kegs have just arrived, so they've been kegged right now. We'll show you the keg room, and this sold out will become, this red will go away and it'll be back on tap. So every time it gets sold out, or if it's not available, it just goes to a sold out kind of a category. So a lot of seasonal beers, and that's what Bira tap room is all about. So the beer I recommend, and this is the beer that we poured for anybody new to beer, the craft side of beer, should have this Bira Super Fresh White. The Bira Super Fresh White is a Belgian style wheat beer. It has 2 very important tasting notes. One's from the orange, the citrus orange, and the other is coriander. This is a wheat beer. It's a beer very, very popular in Belgium. So Belgian style wheat ale. That's what this beer is all about. So this is the beer we recommend to anybody who's actually not had this beer. Okay, here we are pairing beers with food. All this food is from the Bira 91 tap room. Let's start with the first beer. This is our core flagship beer called the Bira 91 Blonde Summer Lager. Clean, refreshing, crisp. This beer has noble hops from Germany. This is a go-to beer. This is a beer that you should probably start your evening with. This pairs very well with anything which is savory, a kind of a starter, munchies or a snack. What we have here is truffle fries, goes very well with fries. So these two beers pair very, very well. Okay. Our next beer, our largest selling beer, what Bira 91 is known for, is the Super Fresh White. This beer is a Belgian style wheat ale. Citrusy because it has orange in it. Low bitterness because it has very, very soft hops. Spicy because of the coriander. This beer again pairs with a variety of foods. At this point in time, because it's got that spicy and low bitterness, it's got a very, very low bitterness. This beer goes very well with something like a millet chaat. Extremely perfect with something like a chaat here. That's what this millet chaat is. The third beer we're talking about is our Czech-made Pilsner. As the name says, Czech, which is from Czech Republic. This beer has two hops. It has the noble Saaz hops and it has Herzberger hops. This Herzberger hop is actually from a town in Czech Republic. Very, very popular beer in Europe. A perfect beer when it comes to chips and chips, fish and chips. And the last beer here for the evening today is the Hefeweizen, a German style wheat ale. A perfect beer. You'll find this in every town in Germany. This beer plays with the yeast. Okay, it just has it's just got four components. It's got water, it's got hops, it's got the malt, which is both wheat and barley, and it has the yeast. This yeast plays around with this beer, heavily carbonated, very low on the palate. This beer has an aftertaste of clove and banana. So it's a very interesting beer. And this beer right now we're pairing with a chicken satay. You know, blends very well with something which is peanut sauce with an Asian kind of a spice here. Happy International Beers Day with Bira 91, where 91 is the international dialing code for India. Cheers.